Welcome, viewers. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are joining from today. I've decided to join this live webinar to talk about business transformation and integration and see what can we do during this next 30 minutes. I'm here. You can ask me anything, and I will be checking all the messages that you are going to pop out here. And I'll come back to it later on. I'll share my details, and if you want to contact me, definitely there will be a phone number and connection details. So without further ado, let me present my screen. Okay, so business transformation and integration. How do you future-proof your business? Well, obviously, we have been through a lot of economic turmoil, pandemic, and a lot of businesses have gone in a different way. So who am I? I'm Lipi Sarkar. If you're following me, I have done one session in January to talk about setting goals. And that was covering setting goals in personal life, business life, or in professional life. Myself, I'm a business management consultant. I'm a researcher, as well as a published author of the book, Building a Digital Future. So I've seen many business transformation. I've seen many industries and sectors. So what I will be talking about today is based on my experience and also on some established framework from Microsoft. So we have seen the problem statement across many organizations. And it could be large, complex, small, and medium organization. Usually, the organization is very reactive. They need to move from reactive state to proactive state. The business unit might be very siloed, so they need to move from the siloed environment to connected environment. Then the activities, what are they, rather than reporting on just the activities that are happening within the organization, how can we move that from activity driven to outcome driven, business value driven? So these are the key areas where we have seen the three pillars that we have seen most of the organizations are struggling through. And it's very difficult to keep up the business, keep the lights on, and carrying on with the competition in the market. The data is another area. So increasing pace of data generation poses a big problem. There are lots of data that is coming across from different sources. So how do we use that data and take informed decision within the business, within the organization? And I will be checking some the comments coming through. If you have any question, please ask the question. So data at a glance, data is generated by virtually limitless sources, and the pace of data growth is only increasing. And and if you can see the numbers, so this is the estimates, this is some survey done by IDC, estimates that by 2025, the world's data will grow to 175 zettabytes, 175 to 175 trillion gigabytes, quite a lot of data. Is your business, is your organization data driven? Do you take your business decisions and based on the data? How do you take those kind of decisions? That also is a key part, because all this data that are coming across, you may focus on a data-driven industry, data-driven organization. So digital, data, and technology, how can we bring all that together and transform the businesses? So this is about the goals. How do you set goals within an organization? When you set the vision up, what kind of vision are you setting? Sometimes the organization go through the vision mapping. I'm having my coffee as well, so because I promised you all that this will be a coffee chat, so don't want to make it very boring set of bringing everything together. So please ask a question. So talking about the goals, what are your business priorities? How do you move from a reactive posture to a proactive one, a siloed view to a more connected, holistic view, shift on delivering the outcomes? So I think the first step, And this is proven in terms of defining the goals. What are your goals? What are your internal goals? And the internal goals could be staff efficiencies, improving the ways of working, improving your business processes, identify the waste that exists within your business processes. Sometimes it needs some dedication of time to look at where are the waste in your business processes, and then identify and prioritize what are the key things that you need to improve upon. Um, and then improve the security, privacy, and compliance. That could be another area that you might be having within the organization. Then the next focus is about what do you think about the external customers? What is your goal? How do you set your vision within the organization about the customers? Is the organization customer focused? Do you have a customer drive the customer centric processes? How do you improve the customer experience? For that, you need to identify what is your current customer experience, and then think about where do you want to move from your existing current business processes and existing current customer experience to future customer experience. Then you also need to think about the financial goals. What is it increasing the profitability, increasing turnover, or is it reducing cost? Well, obviously everything adds up. Then increasing in growth of customer channels. Do you want to create a new market? So think about all those financial goals that you need to set up it as your vision. Then the other area is also about the connected goals. When we talk about the staff efficiencies, how can you empower your employees making informed decisions? Ways to generate new values with existing data rather than having a new shiny system. But how can you leverage the existing data and take informed decision? So if you think about those as a first setting point, and then how can we connect together? So I'm going to talk about that as well. How do you achieve business transformation and solution integration with Microsoft Catalyst? So in this session, I'm going to talk about Microsoft Catalyst. They have come up with a nice idea framework, and how can you leverage that framework to identify the key waste in your business, improve the efficiencies, and reduce costs or increase operability. So the first step is inspire. How do you generate and organize ideas through creative and critical thinking exercise? This could be design thinking. Now, design thinking is more about, coming from the solution and to try to bring all your design together, all your ideas together, do some brainstorming within the organization. You can do that using idea and define it, and then ideate and define the desired future state of your organization. Outline how to deliver your vision. Then define within this stage, you define the digital transformation journey by prioritizing the initiative based on business outcomes. Now, you can do it in a different ways. I'm not sure whether you can see my screen, so let me do it this way. So the system tools that you would like to do is about, you can do whiteboarding, you can do brown bag lunch, brown bag meeting. Here you can ideate to different kind of ideas that are coming through in your existing businesses, and you can use that session to prioritize. You can use sticky notes, and then you can put that together, all the ideas coming through, put that in your whiteboard, then prioritize, categorize, and do some weightage on each themes, and then think about what are the key areas that you would like to look into more details. So the next stage is design phase, where you build an airtight for organizational change through a business value workshop, and then quantify the potential business value that you're going to deliver within the transformation. Assess the realistic business. These are all 3 steps within each stage. So assess the realistic business and technological impacts that share with the key stakeholders to set expectations and show the value of an improved future state. The systems and tools that you can use is about during the session, you do discovery, you share the discovery findings with your key stakeholders. You share the value maps that you have done in the ideate phase. You can use the tools as your DevOps to accumulate all the requirements, all the different ideas that have come through. You can use Moscow priorities, Moscow as in like must have, should have, could have, and won't have. and then define which one are you going to take that forward. This really helps in terms of identifying the business values based on all the different ideas that comes through. There is no point in not taking any ideas. It's always good to keep the backlog of all the ideas that are coming through from these workshop sessions. Then identify what are the investment details that you need to target upon delivering each values, each benefits in each area. So if you call that as a business value assessment, once you have done the business assessment, the next stage is design the solution assessment. And the ways you can do that is guide the creation of a tailored current to future state journey to achieve your digital transformation goals. Analyze all the business processes and the maps that you have gathered during the previous stages and how you can categorize whether it's an out-of-box Microsoft solution or whether it will need a bespoke approach. Then you can map this and partner with the solution team to build a value-driven phase solution roadmap that guides the steps, timeline, and processes to making your transformation a reality. Now, the systems and tools that you can use is Azure DevOps again, where you can categorize the features, where you can categorize the user stories. And again, I'm conscious about the word using user stories. It's nothing but where you can define the requirements and assess certain personas, like as a user, I want to achieve this so that I can deliver this business value, or so that I can make the system efficiency, or so that I can reduce the time it takes. So all this can be categorized, and I have got templates and everything, how you can build that together. So you then do the Moscow weighting in terms of prioritizing each area. You can use Visio to define the roadmap and share that with the key stakeholders. And then within the solution assessment, also roadmap and plan, the phased approach plan in terms of what can be delivered at what stages. Because what you don't want to do in a digital transformation journey is bring that everything together and deliver it all at the same time. And here I want to share a story about one particular customer that I have been working through, and they're really good in terms of ideation. But what happened was that the users wanted everything at one point in time rather than waiting for different phases. Now, this is where you need to involve the key stakeholders, key engagements. Only the critical success factor is about when you engage the key stakeholders, the executive stakeholders, you need to influence them in terms of understanding how you can deliver the benefits in a quicker time frame rather than waiting for a long time. Now, you can do it in different ways. Earlier days, we used to talk about waterfall approach and agile methodologies. And again, the purest form of agile methodologies might not work for all organizations. So hence, you have to think about what are the key phased approach that you can take to deliver, whether it's a 3-month journey, 6 months journey, and the 9 months journey or 18 months journey. So break it down into different phases. Try to deliver the quick wins to the businesses so they can use to the new benefits that has come through with all the solution mapping and the frameworking that you have done. And then it becomes a continuous improvement and continuous journey to bring in different features and different capabilities. Whichever solution, and here I'm talking about Microsoft, but whichever solution you decide to go on, there might be different capabilities and features that can deliver lots of business values, but please try to bring it in a different phases rather than, because the change aspect of the business is quite huge. Some organizations do have a change capability within, and some organization doesn't have any change capability. So you have to think about how you can engage the change capabilities, how can you engage all the employees, and then the user adoption also helps in terms of if you deliver quick wins, people get used to new solution, new ways of working. And I'm talking about not just the solution, because when you are looking into the processes, when you're looking into different ideas, there might be process improvement that you need to work upon. There will be new ways of working that will come through. So it will be a balance between your processes, your technologies, and of course, the people of your organization, assets of your organization. How can you bring that all together and create that balance to deliver the quick wins and going in that journey? I'll just check if there is any comments here. Not yet. Okay, so to carry on, so that's the solution assessment that you would like to do. Now, how would you bring that transformation to life? So life in a day in the life of a persona, of the user, of the business unit user, how much of time, how much of total time that it takes to complete one particular process from start to end before it gets handed over to different business unit or a different external unit. So how long does the entire time has it taken? Jeremy is saying really poor quality reception. So okay, Jeremy, hope we can touch base again later. So yeah, how can you bring that transformation to life? Personalized demonstrations. So try to share that whatever business value map you have gone through in the first phase, share that with the key stakeholders. What is your understanding? What is your key takeaway? And align that business objectives with the technical strategy using compelling visuals to show what's possible with the right technology. And this could be a business map, this could be a slide, this could be whatever you can bring it to life to share that journey, that what does a future look like. They're in the current state in terms of having, let's say, different problems, not able to do a particular customer experience, customer journey, not able to engage with the customer properly. And how does it look like in the future state? And what need to happen in that future state? So if you bring that together to show what is the art of possible, that really helps, empowers the business in terms of making that decision. So share your demo story across the organization to increase alignment and enthusiasm for the value of your digital transformation. And again, the tools that you can use is definitely a solution demo, but not to get bogged down into screen by screen, click by click. It's more about what can we achieve? What are the benefits that we can deliver if we bring a new solution or bring new ways of working? How can it reduce the total time? What can it do for the staff? How they can take the leverage of data to take informed decisions? Let's say the pipeline, they can have the visibility of all the sales pipeline. So they can have visibility of the sales pipeline across different regions, across different branches, and that definitely improves the decision making rather than waiting for compiling all the Excel spreadsheet a couple of days so that it can be sent out to the management reporting. And when the management decision happens, that's where the decisions are taken. Instead of that, if you have a 360-degree view of all the sales pipeline for different regions, countries, if you're operating in different countries, that really helps. That is very powerful. So what can you do to empower the business, empower the organization to help it through? Cool. So the next one, so once you have done the empowering the business so that everyone understand what is in it for me, what is in it for my business unit, that really helps. And get a buy-in from the leadership team, from the executive management, so that you can, when the next step comes through, it's really clear what you are going to achieve. Now, at this stage, create a roadmap with a detailed plan with how to achieve change across your organization. Now, you might be working through within your organization, as I said earlier, some large organization, national enterprise. They might have a change unit that sits within a certain country, or there might be a change business unit which sits across a change, across the different countries, across the organization. How do you leverage them? When do you engage them? So those are the key elements. So you need to have all those details. Definitely one roadmap to showcase the fact that everything brings everything together. And then underneath that, you will have a detailed plan that you need to work through each stage. Then the next is understand how the execution of your digital journey will impact team, organization, finances. Now, this is not a work for couple of people, because when you're talking about digital transformation, it involves different business units, it involves different people within the organization. And obviously, if you have a solution partner, you need to engage everyone straight away. If you have a learning and development partner, you need to engage them. If you have a change management business unit, you need to engage them. So it becomes quite big, complex job to do, but it's all about balancing the whole act. When do you engage them? How do you engage them? And how do you keep them interested? How do you keep them engaged at all points and at all levels? So communication is very key in terms of how you're communicating, where you're communicating, and how you're influencing. So it's bring everyone in this journey together and achieve. And the third point is about achieve key business objectives identified in your business impact analysis, prepare for implementation. So this helps in terms of identifying what you have done in ideation, inspiring, empowering, and when you have done the business value assessment, solution assessment, you have empowered the business. The last stage is about achieve. Define the statement of work, define what you need to bring it together, what solution need to be built, and prepare for the implementation phase. You can have a business case, you can define the business benefits, and the business benefits might be, and again, you need to break it down in terms of what are the business benefits, because a digital transformation journey can deliver, that's 100 business benefits, right? But you cannot deliver all the business benefits in one go, but it will be overwhelming. So what are the key business benefits based on the prioritization work that you have done, and also based on the investment that is coming from the organization? There should be a balance. So what are the key business benefits that you're going to deliver in the first 3 months, let's say, or first 6 months? So break it down into different phases. And often forgotten, this is again from my experience of working in different industry and sectors, often is forgotten about what services, once you have delivered the digital transformation in different phases, how do you bring the support services or managed services into that play? It should not be forgotten and left it for, and they should not be even engaged at the very beginning. Yes, they need to be aware of what's happening. They need to be aware of when things are coming, when things are dropping, and when they need to empower their own team. Because if it's a new solution, you might not have the capabilities internally to manage the services. So hence, you might need to set up a team within your services team to take care of the new solution that is coming through. Or if it is a third party managed, then you have to think about what is the lead time you have to provide to your third party vendor to be engaged for delivering this kind of solution. So there are a lot to think about, in terms of bringing the support services, managed services within this whole journey. But that's part of the plan. That's part of the detailed roadmap that you need to set it up. I think after that, it's about the engagement timeline. So I've talked about the idea framework. Now, how long does it take? It's about 2 to 3 weeks per phase. And again, the commitment is based on the stakeholder engagements, which is absolutely critical for success. So overall, I would say the first phase, the idea phase, starting from innovate, critical design thinking, empower, and achieve, by signing a statement of work, it should be about 10 to 12 weeks. It should not be more than that. But it also depends on how the organization are being engaged at each level. So I'll leave you with that thought and welcome questions if you have any. But I'd like to leave you with also my details about, you can connect me over LinkedIn, you can send me an email, or you can call me up. I'm giving out, as part of this session, I'm giving out 1 free day of workshop session on ideation. I'm giving out also free 1 month of executive coaching, which is approximately of 6 hours. And I can talk about that in more details if you're interested. And book a no obligation call to discuss where are you, or if you want to, it's a free discovery call, so feel free to connect with me. So these options, I'm giving out this freebies available until 3rd of March. So first come, first service. Um, so any question I would like, I'll see if there is any question that are coming through. I know I've kind of whizzed through, but again, it depends on the organization, where you are in your journey. It also depends on what scale and what sector you're working on. And who am I to do say all it? Because I have worked in large and complex organizations. I have worked for private sector, worked for public sector regulator authorities. I have also served small, medium enterprise. So I know what's the difference between a small, medium enterprise problems versus a large and complex enterprise problems. And then across the industries, because every industry works differently. So industry might be having different problem statement. Um, Overall theme wise, yes, those falls into those three categories, but it should be categorized into how you bring that all this journey together. And happy journey. So I think, yeah, I'd like to do this kind of coffee breaks to give you some ideas and think about certain things. I'm also looking for getting some guest speakers in my podcast. So if you're interested, please give me a buzz, and I look forward to hear about what you think. What is your journey? And if you have been involved into any kind of digital transformation journey, or if you're in a small enterprise, medium enterprise, I'd like to hear about what kind of journey, what are the touch points that you go through, what are the challenges that you go through, and it will be helpful for somebody hearing here. So thank you again. I'll wait for a few minutes and see if there are any questions coming up. I'm happy to answer. I will share the links so that you can have a look through the slides. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Richard. Thanks for joining. Okay, 3 minutes to go. Okay, I'll stop the broadcast here, and feel free to reach out to me. Bye.